You are about to flip a switch in love, in relationships. And you might think, no, I'm beyond psychotic. Nobody's going to stay with me. No one's going to date me. No one's ever going to marry me. Stop. If you've been missing out on my psychotic dating advice, don't worry, I'm here. Today's channeled message will help you with love and your relationships that you feel like are at a standstill. You know that you want more, but you don't even know where to start or how to ask. Don't worry, bestie. I got you. Now, if you're new here, I'm your bestie on the internet. Hello. I'm your favorite YouTuber. I am your spiritual advisor. I am your cosmic cheerleader. So yeah, let's get into your channeled message because you are about to be the mad scientist of everything you've ever wanted. And not only that, you will be setting a trend. It's about to get 50 shades of gray. You're about to spice it up, tighten it up, level it up in every sense of the word. Bestie, rise and shine. I have a very important channeled message. You are about to flip a switch on everything that you used to do. You're going to start doing it a little bit different. You're going to start getting the hard things out of the way, and you might be studying up on some certain techniques or different ways of maneuvering. Your strategy is changing, and you're not going to tell anybody. No one's going to really know what you're up to or know what you're doing if you thought you were sneaky before. You're about to be a whole lot more sneaky. You are about to catch everyone by surprise. I'm so excited for you. I don't even know what's happening. So it is not as it appears. You are not as you appear. You are starting to realize that through safety or defense mechanisms or trauma responses that you have become somewhat reliable and predictable. And you don't want to be predictable for some reason for whoever it is that you're dealing with. So this is something that you are implementing starting now. You are the magician. You see yourself as someone that has everything they need, but it doesn't mean this helps other people around you feel necessary or needed. And you thought maybe there was no harm in you trying to step up to the plate and be everything for everybody, but now you're going to do things a little bit differently. So even though you have everything you want to do anything and everything that you, or did I say that right? Just because you have everything that you need and you can obtain it with the snap of your fingers and you can do anything you want with the things that you need. You know what I'm saying? But it's like other people are looking at you like I'm not necessary. They don't need me for anything. So I don't know if this is a lover, if this is a soulmate, if this is somebody that you're just dating, but this will help you. If you've been needing some extra confirmation or like, what the frick else do I do? Your decisions decide your future here. So wherever you started doing things all on your own, like I can do this myself, I'll just take care of it myself, especially my divine feminines, because we're mothers, we're wives, we're girlfriends, we're women. So we just think like, we'll just do it ourselves. Like, what do we need help with? We don't really need help. But then we wonder why we're not getting princess treatment, or they're not laying out the red carpet for us or putting their jacket in the mud, because we started doing things to show that we are the arm candy, the trophy wife, the trophy girlfriend. And just take this how it resonates, whether you're divine masculine watching or divine feminine. You are starting to re-strategize how you will make other people feel necessary. And in turn, you will get what you want. So you might start tying a certain feeling to those doing what you want them to do, and what you want them to do and what you need them to do for this relationship to thrive. So let's say this is children, for example. Let's say you're a dad or a mom and you're like, my kids will not freaking do what I want them to do. So when they do what you want them to do, you will respond with a treat, a reward, a hug, some love, and this is going to help. You're going to start standing back and letting people do things for you so you can show them that they are in fact necessary in your life. You're also looking at the big picture of things like, who do I want in my life? Who do I need in my life? But am I making them feel like they add anything to the equation? Now, I say that to say this. You have people in your life that do add to the equation. Far and few between, but some people that add to your life, add value. But they go through their own things, or you could be a man and they're a woman, or vice versa. So you guys don't always obviously see eye to eye. It's that book, like men are from Mars, women are from Venus, you know. Maybe you are going through a Saturn's return. Maybe you are feeling a lot of Saturn energy and you're around your relationships and you're like, what is happening? It's time to think of a better game plan. Have you been feeling basic, or does your person that you're dealing with feel basic? Like, oh my gosh, they're just a star over here. What do they freaking need me for? You are going to spice it up. You're going to zhuzh it up. You're going to tighten up. You're going to spice things up because things are not as they seem. And whatever was giving you a whole freaking headache, you're like, oh my gosh, it just dawned on me. I need to do this differently. I need to show people that I care about, that I do think of them, that I do need them, and I'm no longer going to be predictable. So you're going to feel more supported, and you are going to be more supportive. You are seeing the error of your ways and the error of others, but you're not going to nag. You're not going to point the finger. You're not going to get into a big tussle or back and forth. And this type of hard work, this type of re-strategizing is going to pay off big. And you will see this coming to fruition over the course of the next couple of weeks. You will never get anywhere standing still. You are at a standoff with someone that you love or someone that you care about. You're like, no, I'm not budging. I tightened up. They don't like it. But then you're also trying to get something else accomplished. So if you're trying to get something else accomplished, you kind of got to budge a little bit and swallow your pride, or the other person you're dealing with has a lot of pride. But I'm seeing that this new strategy plan, because you're so freaking smart, I don't even know how to explain it. You're so freaking smart and intuitive. You are going to emotionally open up because you are the wise one, and you're going to flip the script and change the course of these relationships, or this relationship in particular. You already know that certain people are sprung on you, but maybe you feel like the fire has like sizzled out, or the spark is gone, or something's changed or shifted. Maybe your jobs have shifted. Maybe you have more children. Whatever it is, maybe you have family staying with you. Maybe you're worried about your parents. Whatever is going on, you will show this person, you've changed my life. But I can't be predictable. I can't be giving you a play-by-play of what I'm doing or what I'm up to. You are becoming a better person without even realizing it. Because you could be mad at someone, like, F them, I tightened up, and they don't like it, I got things to say too, boopity, boopity, boop, right? But, believe it or not, this is helping you become a better person because, oh, there are other ways to get what I want, I just don't think like this other person thinks, even though you're telepathic. So you're going to use your psychic abilities and psychology, human behavior, learning the opposite sex. Okay, so let's say you're a divine feminine and you're trying to figure out freaking men and you're like, I don't even know. You're going to start studying up on different things and different techniques and different strategies, and you're going to see how that plays out, because you are creating new routines, you are creating new habits, and these habits are going to build for a successful relationship. Because though you can manhandle everything in their little dog, doesn't mean that you need to. So if you liked certain things about your relationship in the beginning, and now you're like, well, I don't even feel necessary, I feel like I do everything wrong. Us women have a tendency to do that. We feel like men can weaponize their incompetence, and then we're like over here doing everything. But instead of jumping in to be like, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, oh my gosh, I'll just do it myself, you need to have a whole pregnant pause. This could be for my men's or my women's. There needs to be a whole pause for them to open that door. Not, oh my gosh, you never open the door for me. Oh my gosh, you never wait for me. You never take out the garbage. You never do this. No. My divine femmes, we're going to be psychotic, and we're just going to look at them like Bambi. They're like, oh, I need to open the door. So then they open the door. And then you could touch their shoulder. Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you. if you're dealing with a man and this is a relationship, they need to feel necessary. They need to feel wanted. They need to feel like appreciated, like they are being the man in the relationship. And then there is something that sparks that like dopamine fix that they get from doing things for you. They will unknowingly do that. So this could be damned if I do, damned if I don't channeled message because I know I have a lot of men watching and a lot of women, but just please take it and put it wherever the frick it goes. You love certain people in your life, but you're like, why do they feel like I'm nagging? I'm just trying to talk to them. I'm just trying to explain. So you're just going to try a different approach. And my men's, okay, you're going to try a different approach in seeing like how you can be more helpful or trying to listen to them or trying to be more interested in what they're talking about, even though it seems like they're just babbling. We are all going to be trying different things. You are coming out of hermit mode. So maybe you justified being in hermit mode. Like, they don't get me. I'm so over it. I'm just going to be over here. I'm just going to be over here. And now you're seeing that this is a detriment to your relationship because somebody, I'm telling you guys, you've been having a standoff. And you guys both have some pride. And it's going to take some work on both sides. But I see that whoever I'm speaking to, it will be worth it. So you're stepping out of this confusion, you're stepping out of this hermit mode, and you're ready to play chess. If you are picking up what I am putting down, affirm it below. I'm ready to play chess. I'm ready to switch it up. I'm so excited. You are seeing like, okay, the decisions I make now will decide the future. And if I want to be prideful and stubborn and just over it over here, like I could ruin this whole relationship, and what I decide right now will be the future of this relationship. It makes me think of like certain movies like Pride and Prejudice, Wuthering Heights, where if there had just been a little bit more communication and other people weren't allowed to come in and sabotage, or we didn't self-sabotage these relationships, and we just said how we felt, things could have moved a lot smoother. They could have gone a lot better. That we could have had the happily ever after sooner. Now we're seeing like, okay, I've been doing this wrong because I don't understand their psyche and vice versa. So you are going to have this person eating out of the palm of your hand because you're taking it back to the basics that you never even really knew. But to keep this person and to have this beautiful union, you're going to really start learning different things about how they think. And I love this for you. You are going to have the affection within a couple of weeks, okay? Whatever you're getting ready to do, you have a lot of options. That kind of makes it exciting to you too. Like, okay, this doesn't have to be anything crazy, but I have a lot of options on how I can approach said issue. This person does have a lot of affection and respect for you. They respect who you are and what you are. You guys are just at a bumpy part of this relationship. Maybe you guys have created some type of separation, or maybe you're zero contact with this person, but there has been a divide created between you both. Now, there is another group of you where this is being caused by other people or social media. Let me explain. Do you scroll and watch like all these relationship whatevers, and it's not really helpful to your relationship, but you think that it is, and then you try to implement it, and you're like, oh my gosh, like none of that helped, and now the algorithm is showing that to you. Where you're going to be in a couple of weeks is feeling open to where you can communicate instead of feeling like I'm going zero contact. Who freaking cares? I'm just going to block them. I don't want to be bothered. God is preparing you and leading you down a path of not destruction, but to where you can fall in love all over again, picking up where you left off when you were more in your honeymoon phase. So you are adding like the new secret to life to your relationship. So that other group that I was talking about, it reminds me of the jealous friend, the bitter friend that wants to decide the outcome of your whole life. And since when do we put their knowledge and their advice over our own advice or how we do things when they've never had a successful relationship? They're not happy most of the time. They don't tell you the bad things that are happening in their life or in when they're dating. So why would we take advice from them? Stop taking advice from people that are not in a better position. We cannot respect their advice. Like, we just can't. Because what if you don't want to trade places with them and they're single and not thriving? Why would we take their advice? We wouldn't take their advice, okay? So start taking advice from people that know what they're talking about or are in a position that you would like to be in, and taking all of these opinions and create your new strategy as the magician. So as the magician, you're getting these new tools. You're like, I need new tools because what I've been doing is not working anymore. And you will master these emotions. You will master these feelings. You will master this strategy. And it's just going to be so freaking beautiful. I'm so excited because even if the person that's in front of you is not the one, this is still going to help you for future relationships. So I do kind of feel like this is love centered, but put it where it goes. You are the star, and God wants you to remain hopeful about your love life. Remain positive about your love life. Things are not as they seem, but you are not hallucinating. It's time to switch gears. Affirm it below. I am ready to switch gears. Because you don't want to have a subpar, basic relationship. You just don't. You're ready to spice it up. You're ready to spice it up. So you have gotten to your breaking point of feeling like somebody does not appreciate you. So you've done all the things. You've nagged. You've thrown a fit. You've stomped. You've given the cold shoulder. You're gray rocking. Okay, you're stoic as ever. And it's not working. You guys are at a standstill. So what you're going to be doing is preparing yourself to do things differently, even if it makes you uncomfortable at first. These are good skills for you to learn to have a happy marriage, to have a happy relationship. And I know you've been feeling like you're under a lot of stress and you're emotionally exhausted and you're feeling a little bit angry and a little bit resentful because why don't they freaking get it? These are things you guys could both learn, but you're going to have to be the bigger person and change the figure 8. In every relationship, we have a tango. And whatever your tango is right now, you're not liking it too much. You're like, this sucks. It's boring. It's basic. They don't like it. I don't like it. We need to do something different. So you are going to have to change the trajectory of where this relationship is going, how the figure 8 looks, and what the tango represents, and the outcome that it gives you. You are going through a major transformation in love. If you thought you were unlovable, stop. You better think and freaking think again. I can't even get out the words. This is a new beginning and a fresh start, and you have unlimited potential in this area. God is saying it is time for things to unfold smoothly for you in your love life because things haven't been that smooth. They haven't been that great. You've had your own issues going on. They've had their own issues going on. Sometimes you guys meet in the middle, and so you've just been kind of over it. But everything you do is cutting edge. Let's talk about that. Everything you do is cutting edge. It's been a long journey. You've been feeling like, am I the root cause? Looking at their behavior, their body language, how they're signaling you. And you are going to stand up and be the hero that you always are. But depending on your position, whether you're the divine femme or the divine masculine, and depending on who you want to be, you've got to put in that true grit without making them feel small. And I know this might sound crazy, but we have a way of making people feel small, even when that's not what we're trying to do. We have a way of making them feel useless, not like they're adding anything because we're just ambitious and we're in our star power. You are in that part of your life where, yeah, there's some things going awry. Yeah, there's some things going wrong, but you're pretty happy. And maybe this other person doesn't even think that you are because you just look stressed to the nines, but you're not. So we got to start switching things up. You will never get anywhere if you stand still. And since they're just going to stand there, it's time for you to act. It's time for you to not be a damsel in distress, but flip a switch. The result of this, the outcome is going to be that you are in a constant state of gratitude and this other person is in a constant state of gratitude. Like, wow, My person makes me feel so special, and they're not even going to realize that you tricked them. They're not going to realize that they tricked you or whatever. You know what I'm saying. But you too will be living in a state of gratitude. And I know that you see that you're in uncharted territory. This is unfamiliar. You're like, why do I gotta be the person? But look at it as a science experiment, because you, again, are the one with the true grit. You are the pioneer. And you could be possibly able to teach this to others. For those of you that have a podcast, a social media, after you implement this and make it your little science experiment, you can then help others. So look at this as a fun, new science experiment. Think about all those love stories that went wrong, okay? Think about all those rom-coms where it has a terrible ending and you feel like you've been punched and you're like, what kind of sorcery is this? Like, if they had just communicated, if she had just said this, if they had just said that, so be better than the movies, okay? Your life will be better than the movies. Don't take advice from Sally Sue and the cubicle down the way who don't know shit about shit. Don't take her advice because she's never had a serious relationship ever. We're not here for that, okay? But the outcome will be, you won't just be feeling like arm candy. You will feel like the princess or the king that you deserve to feel like. So you're creating a new master plan, and you have many options to get to your desirable outcome. So affirm it below. I have many options, several, to get to my desired outcome. So, we got commitment. You will get a love offer. You're not expecting this because you're having to, sometimes when we're in a relationship, we just go into wifey mode or daddy mode or like I'm protector and provider mode. And we don't realize that not all the things that we're doing are what's best for our relationship in the long term or in the long run. So what you're going to be doing is sitting down and really thinking like, what could I do different? Because this is what I desire and this is what this person desires. How can I make them feel special? And how can I feel like this is not our new normal? You're going to create a new normal because wherever things feel stale, you will explore or create new scenery. You're not just going to abandon shop. You are going to create a new dynamic. You are going to create new scenery instead of just exploring new scenery or being like grass is greener. And you will get a real offer as your outcome or an engagement or an opportunity. Like trust me, whatever you're about to do, it's going to work. Okay. It's going to work because it's going to have you walking down the aisle, married. Have you been feeling abandoned? Like, oh my gosh, I was manipulated and I felt like they used to be enamored with me and now I feel like they can't stand me. There are certain things that you thought you were doing for the betterment of your relationship, but now you're realizing, no, I've become my mother. I've become my father. I've become this nagging person that thinks that they can do it all. I might as well run around with the cape. Like, what do I need you for? Don't save them. They don't want to be saved. That's the song that I'm hearing. Are you seeing that this is starting to affect your family dynamic? Are you worried about this affecting your relationship in the future? Let's get some advice and see what the frick else is going on that we need to know at this time. We have the veil. Holy Spirit is saying the veil is officially being lifted on what else you can do in your relationships. You've been doing so much to evolve personally and internally, but love specifically or relationships is not your forte, or it's just not your specialty because let's face it, a lot of us light workers or chosen ones or earth angels did not have great examples. So maybe we look at the romantic comedies or the rom-coms, or well, I guess it's the same thing, the romance novels as, I guess that's what that's supposed to look like. I'm not very sure. But there is a veil being lifted where you're seeing the truth of where you've put your 2 cents, where you're needing to hold yourself accountable, where you might be responsible for some things going left, and that is okay. We're not perfect. And these things are fixable. And if this person is meant to be with you, you will be able to turn this car around in the best possible way. I'm so excited. I feel like, first of all, I noticed that I had to turn the air way, way down. So just thinking about this is getting you riled up, or it's getting you like hot or flustered, because this kind of makes you nervous. You know that there is some change required, but you also know that it's hard for you to be vulnerable. It's hard for you to fully trust. You might have issues with intimacy that you've been trying to work out. So it's like you're being guided to an introduction of how your love life could be better. It doesn't have to feel like it's a mirage. Maybe you're even wondering if you've been brought a karmic masculine. You're like, is this person karmic, or is it me? Well, there are some tips and tricks that you're going to try by highly sought after experts. Like, you're only going to take the top notch advice because you are a high value chosen one. You are a high value human. You are a high value person. I know I'm speaking to the 0.1% because everyone else just thinks like, oh no, I got this. I know what I'm doing. This is how you do this. This is how you get princess treatment. And this is how you become a high value woman. Boopity 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 boop. But where are their men? And can they keep them? Because only time will tell. Only time will tell if they can keep them around with this great advice that they be giving out. I can't. You are the real high priestess, so please stand up. This is not only to help better your relationship, but you will help better the relationships of others, because you do things that stand the test of time. You don't just walk that walk, or you don't just talk that talk, you also walk that walk. You show people, I have audacity and I'm about that life. You also don't like your time wasted. So if you've been in a relationship for a long time, you might as well try some different things, because this is going to bring you guys closer together, and it will show you if this is your person or not. Okay, we have North Node. This is part of your destiny. Holy crap. For you to figure this out, remain hopeful. It's a part of your destiny to know this. I don't know. It's like you're about to become a love guru or something, where people already admire the relationships that you're in, where they already value or look up to how you are in love. So you're evolving with partnerships. Okay? So for those of you that already have your finances together, you could have gone through a lot of trauma with finances, with money, with how your parents were with money. You've been busy being ambitious, working on your career, being career focused, because you're like, I'm not never going to be broke again. I'm not never going to be struggling again. That ain't never going to be me. But there were some other things that went to the back burner. So now you're going to be refocusing that. Like, okay, I've got this part of my life together. I need to bring this back to my center focus, my relationship, my love life, my family. Things that aren't promised to be here tomorrow. Oh, we have self-love. This is another thing that's even bringing you to this, because if you weren't putting in self-love, truly, like, you might not feel like you're great at it because you're always such a busy bee. You're, again, very ambitious, but it is time for you to really invest in yourself so you can then invest in the person that you care about. So I see you not wanting to look bad around them. And I don't want to say this in a bad way, but let's say you've been in a relationship for a long time and you only wear makeup when you go to work, or you only wear makeup when you go out with your friends. And maybe this person doesn't even like you in makeup, and this is just an example, but you're just going to try more. Instead of being like, I'm just going to have my bonnet on and it is what it is. Hello. You're just going to try just a little bit more, like maybe you did in the beginning of the relationship. And not only is that going to feel like, oh my gosh, like they're trying to look cute for me, but it's going to help you feel better. So part of the self-love that you can give yourself right now is when you look good, you feel good. So I know like I have this rule of thumb that I'm even trying is when it's a day off, I'm not getting all ready and like I'm in my bonnet. I'm not gonna lie, I'm in my bonnet like the whole day until I have to go get coffee or run an errand. Then I throw the bonnet to the side. But wouldn't it be better if I showed myself some self-love? It doesn't have to necessarily be makeup or doing my hair, getting ready, but it could be those things. So take what resonates. Whatever would make you feel better, like you're more ready for the day, you're more put together for the day than like, oh, I'm just gonna wear whatever. Because back in the day, I would never do that. Even if it was a day off, like a day off to me was like cause to celebrate. It was, oh my gosh, I gotta look really cute and go do all these things, but I gotta look really cute while I do it. Now I'm like, for what? Huh? Why? Why would I do that? Why? So we are all in the same boat. I don't want you to feel alone. I don't want you to feel like I'm pointing the finger and wagging it and telling you what to do, because we're all in this boat. We can all improve our relationships and how we love on ourselves. And that's another thing. When we're not showing ourselves this self-love, we're working out a little bit more, or taking care of our body, really watching what we eat. Maybe you're eating more protein, or maybe you're going vegan. You're going to be doing certain things that is like levels above what you've been doing for yourself. Because again, whatever trauma response you had to finances, stability, being protected, being stable, that came to the forefront. Okay, so maybe once upon a time you were like really fun and you were all like into yourself. Like you went to the gym and you were just like, it was like your it girl or your it guy era. And then life lifed. So you were like, oh, hold on. We can't be broke. We can't be poor. We can't be homeless. We can't be these things. That ain't going to happen again. So let's get that fixed. And then it became like your center focus. Now that is protected, again, we are going to get back into the groove of how we once upon a time were in that it girl or it guy era, where we were going to the gym, we were taking more selfies, we were feeling ourselves, we were getting dressed up to run the errands, or we were just, zhuzhing it up a little bit more to run these errands. Think about those things that you did 5-10 years ago. Maybe it was even before your spiritual awakening that you haven't been doing. Think about how that would make you feel to feel like that again, and have all of the knowledge that you have now and some more money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Why do we have to be locked in the house, Netflix and chilling and like not having fun? Hermit mode is over. Hibernation mode is over. I'm so excited for you guys. This change is necessary because you get to be the best version of yourself. You might feel like somebody is icing you out because maybe you made a mistake. Maybe you thought you were doing something to prove how much you loved someone, and then it in turn actually pushed them away. Maybe you were trying to show them, like, I got this, I could do this, I can lift these groceries, I can pay for these bills, I can do that. And then where is the room for your king? Where is the room for them? Because they feel like, well, they got it, so what the frick do I need to do? Like, seriously. So have faith that this relationship will be restored. Now, I am not speaking to anyone that is in a trash relationship, that knows it's a situationship, that knows that their person is making them a side piece. That's not who I'm talking to, okay? Because I would never, ever try to, 11:11 on my timer, I would never try to keep you guys tethered and do a toxic relationship. For those of you that have been in this relationship for a long time, you're going to start seeing, like, if this will work, if you can smooth things out. And I feel like deep down, you kind of know if this is your person or not. So this work is worth it. The work that you're willing to do on yourself is worth it. Holy Spirit, what else do we need to know right now? We have voodoo. You have some toxic people around you that want to cause issues. Those people have to be addressed. Okay, they have to be addressed, and you need to steer clear of them. They're the people that are around you that you know are jealous of your relationship. You know that they want your person, or that they want you. You know that they don't really care about the betterment of your union, and they would love all the dirty details. So you need to be really careful with letting these people into your life. They are trying to cause issues. This reminds me of Wuthering Heights, the the Margaret Robbie version. Like Nellie in that version, like she's freaking treacherous. She is the jealous friend that once upon a time was the main focus friend. Okay, so it's like you having a bestie. You guys are like, boopity boop, you're friends. And then all of a sudden, you meet this guy. And you guys are besties. So then your other friend feels like they're the third wheel and they're kicked to the curb and they're not involved. So they start building up this resentment instead of talking to you about it. And then they start giving you shitty advice like, I don't care about you like that. What are you doing? And being all judgmental. We've all had friends like that. You have a couple of lingerers. You have a couple of clinger-oners that are trying to still be this force of negative advice in your life. A lot of people want to break up your happy family. I'm going to say it like I see it, like I read it, like I feel it. They want to break up your happy family because they don't got one. They have a person that's not even freaking claiming them. They have a person that's cheating on them. They're on dating apps. They're going through a breakup every other week. They can't get their person to see them more than once a week. These are the people you don't need to be taking advice from, and you need to kick them out of your inner circle if they're anywhere near it. Because they're not good for you to be around. They don't have good intentions. They are jealous of the fact that you and your lover have a foundation of friendship. So they assume that everybody that's friend zoned them, that should be their lover. Why are they not loving them the way that they should? But that's a them problem. This is not a you problem. So they are not expecting you to end things or to switch up on them. Oh, I'm not picking that up. They're not expecting you to end things or walk away from them, but that is exactly what you're going to do. You're going to end things and you're going to walk away from them. Or you're becoming stoic with them because maybe they're family and you can't really just run away from them and be like middle fingers up and let them stay there. But you're still going to let them know that they can't give you advice. They can't talk to you any old way. Their advice is irrelevant here. I also feel like you're the first to do a lot of things. You're the first to fall in love. You're the first to do the things that people around you have ever seen. So they're like, well, what do you mean they're in love? What do you mean that they're happy and they're ambitious and they have freedom and they're independent and they communicate with their person? What is that? So you are going through this awakening. God is showing us, hey, we can be better. We can be better when we're dating. We can be better in these relationships. We need not only more time for us, but more time for this relationship. And we need to communicate some of those things, and then some things we need to strategize how we're going to approach it without it coming off offensive or making the other person defensive. But yeah, this awakening is something that you needed. So I don't know if you saw some random video before you clicked on this video, but something is showing you, hey, what I don't like about this union or this relationship or my dating life, I want to change that. How can I approach that differently where I'm not scaring this person off, they're not hiding at work, they're excited to see me, etc., etc. You need to be very careful on who you get dating advice from. Very careful, because people love to act concerned. They're not concerned. They're just going to cause you more headache. Okay, we have entity attachment. People love to possess you. They want to possess you. They want to control you. They want to feel like, well, what I tell them is important. So like you need to listen to me and like take advice from me. But clock who is somewhat possessed right now or wants to possess you. Like, do they look drained? Do they look tired? Oh, we got evil eye. There's more evil. Relationship. There is evil eye on your relationship. And you are showing these Jezebels, you better get out of here. You better freaking get out of here with your entity attachment. We rebuke, we cancel, we denounce. I cannot. There is evil eye on your relationship. It's because you're beautiful and you're attractive and you have so much light around you. And so maybe it really bothers you when you feel like, oh my gosh, this person doesn't feel loved by me. Like, oh my gosh, am I doing it wrong? Or am I unlovable? Am I not loving unconditionally? So you're going to be choosing a different path. Okay, you're going to be choosing a different path when it comes to your relationship. But be very careful with those that are enamored with your person or enamored with you, that are trying to use flattery and are trying to cause a third-party interference or situation. Yeah, you are protected. Protect yourself from third-party interference. Okay, Holy Spirit, anything else? And then I think I'm going to pull from a different deck. I'm going to pull out some tarot for you guys. I think that was flying monkey that just fell on the ground. So the flying monkeys are out. You might think like, oh, I only see so-and-so once a week. Like your friends or your acquaintances. Like, oh, I only see them once a month or once a week. But they are trying to have a major effect on your union, on your family dynamic. They're trying to plant a bunch of seeds. We have 10 of Wands. Why? Oh my gosh. Like, why make things more difficult than they need to be? That is the people in your life. They want to make things more difficult than they need to be. They're trying to find a moment of weakness where they can change your expectation or they can change your approach. They want you to feel burdened by this relationship. Like, oh, maybe it should be better. Maybe I should expect all of these things. But even if the idea is correct that they're talking about, doesn't mean they know how to correctly implement it. They could be like, oh yeah, you deserve to be treated like this, a queen. But however they say to do that, I wouldn't follow that. I wouldn't listen to that. Okay, we have King of Wands. Shine your inner candlelight bright enough for others to follow. See, you are the person that leads others out of the darkness. So God doesn't just have you learning this for nothing. This is going to be for your betterment and the betterment of others that have a good union, that have a good relationship. But I do see you guys spicing things up. So I'm going to tell you how I'm channeling it in stages. You're pouring a lot into yourself right now, more than you have in a long time. That's going to make you feel special. That's going to make you feel good. And you're working on loving yourself and breaking down certain walls. Then after that, you're going to invest in a new routine or a new hobby or a new extracurricular activity. Then after that, you're going to invest in like a new routine for you and your person. This could be going on a walk, going on a date night, having a date night every so often, having a new routine when they come home from work, or vice versa. You're going to be implementing different things, but you're going to take care of you first, which you've already been doing. You're going to invest in a new hobby, so you got some you time. Then you're going to invest in their hobby, and then together you're also going to be doing something. We have the Star again. So have faith that healing is in the forecast. I love that. That's so beautiful. Oh my gosh, we have the Empress. There is beauty to be found in every experience. And that's what you're going to be doing. You're going to be finding the beauty in this experience. It doesn't have to be bad. Make it your science project. Make it your science experiment. So I want to get out a couple angel messages. We have yes. Start saying yes. If your person's like, oh, do you want to go do this? And you're like, no. You usually say no. Please say yes. Okay. For the love of God, please say yes. They're like, hey, do you want to go do this? And normally you'd say no. You say yes so you can spend some time together. Okay. Maybe they want to take you fishing. Maybe they want to, and you can't just be saying no to like, well, I just ate and I don't really want to go on a walk. Like, say yes because you need as much time together as possible right now. Try to take some interest in the things that they want to do with you, even if it doesn't interest you, and the things that they like doing, even if it doesn't interest you. Okay? Because that is important. Making this person feel special. Ooh, we have get more information. Your angels want you to get more information about what makes this person excited, what makes them happy, find out what they're learning about right now or what they're reading or like what they're into. Sorry, my stomach's growling. You're going to make this experience more fun. Okay, we have listen to your intuition and romance. We have listen to your intuition, romance. And then we have let go. Let go of your other expectations, of what you thought it needed to be. Like, let go of that. You just stop it. Stop it. I know. If you guys are looking for extra messages, extracurricular messages that are exclusive and ad-free, I'm going to be posting, what does your boss and coworkers think about you? Side note, link is down below in the description. I'd be laughing at my own stuff. Okay, I don't normally pull out this deck because it can be kind of negative sometimes, but I'm just going to see, like, is there any, like, brutal advice that we need right now before we go? I'm scared. Ah! Did I drop something? Of course I did. Whoa. Okay, we have poaching. There are people currently trying to poach on your person. So if you've been walking around in your bonnet, knock it off. You got to show everybody, okay? Show everybody at his work or her work. Show everybody in the land. I bring my baby lunch sometimes and I just drop in. And I'm a little bit crazy. I'm a little bit freaking crazy. You don't know when I'll show up. Do you? Do you? Okay, we have negging. Makes others prove their worthiness in a relationship, insults them as constructive criticism. Now, I know, all my besties, my divine femmes, we'd be doing this. Like, you said you're going to take out the trash. You didn't take out the trash, did you? Did you? You don't keep promises, do you? Do you? Okay? We got to stop the negging, the nagging, and saying, I'm just speaking facts. I'm just telling you what you're not doing. Just like you be telling me what I'm not doing. So, stop. Okay, stop that. And then we have traumatic events. There could have been a loss of a job. So this is big confirmation for what I channeled earlier, that there was a traumatic event, that there was a job lost or a home lost that caused illness or mental depression. And so since you guys worked through that, now this is like the next thing that you're going to be working through. Not all issues have to be like way loud and traumatic. So I feel like that's why God wants us to work on it now. Okay, Holy Spirit, is there anything else important we need to know? I know, it comes out brutal in this deck. I'm like, oh, what's it going to tell us? And it's so thick. We have light bulb. Ooh, it's a good one. Okay, it's a good one. Comes to realization. Okay, comes to a realization of how they feel and what they want. Creates a plan to achieve it with actionable steps. So you're having this aha moment like, I do love this person. I know they love me. We're going through a rough patch. It's okay. I'm going to create a plan and I'm going to take action because I know that this can be way better. So again, be careful with those that are trying to poach on your person. You're clocking it. You know people find your person desirable. And then we have competitive. Are you competitive with your person, or is your person competitive with you? Is it sometimes healthy? Is it sometimes toxic? You're going to be clocking that. We have thinks they are too good for others and has a need for others to compete for their love. So if someone that you're dating is always trying to make you compete for them with these other nobodies, they're playing a very dangerous competitive game for love. So this might not be your message if that is what you feel like they're doing. Or maybe you're going to, okay, I get it. Maybe you're seeing that you trying to take care of yourself so they didn't have to do everything is making them competitive because they want to feel useful to you. Like they can take care of you, but they're just like, they can get anything they want and they can take care of themselves. Like, what do they need me for? So maybe they're becoming dangerously competitive with you to show you that they're of value. And then we have fixer-upper. Becomes fixated on fixing a person by loving them or becoming the perfect partner. Savior complex on all the time? Are you dealing with a partner that saves the situation and then never lets you forget that they saved it? Now, they could be a narcissist, but I don't feel like that's the case in this. I feel like it's because, again, they want to prove that they're useful to you. So they have this, well, remember I did do this one thing over here, right? Remember? And so you were taking it as, oh my gosh, they're always trying to act like they saved me and they did this for me. All the things. But they, in fact, are just trying to say, hey, you've been nagging a lot. Like, they don't know how to communicate this. I'm going to explain to you what they're thinking. I know you complain a lot and you're mad all the time. Like, but there are these other things that I do right. I did do this right. And you were able to rely on me. Like, I'm not incompetent. But they're maybe not able to say that in that way. Then we have sabotaging. Ruins a relationship due to their belief that they are not good enough for the person. Treats others like garbage so that they will leave. Are you trying to push them away? And you know they're a good person? Bessie, are you doing that? You better knock it off. You better knock it off. All right, you guys. I love you so much. And I hope that this advice was helpful. And this channel message was helpful. It was so strong on my heart. So I know that it's going to reach those that really, really need this message like yesterday. And yeah, so don't forget to smash the you know what, hit the bell, all the things. Let this message circulate to those that also need high value advice and channeled messages. Drop your favorite affirmation, and all important links are in the description box. I love you guys so much, and I'm sending you the biggest hugs. Mwah!